Hey, Shalom. Before I start, I'm going to give all praises to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem Rakakwarash, to honors to the elders and apostles, great millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutations to all the elect Akim Wa'akwath, learning and teaching in truth and sincerity. Another video through the Spirit. Your brother Malak from GMS Detroit. Hey, this one right here, just another modern day madness of prophecies, filtering the things going on in today's world through the scriptures. All right, there's much and plenty going on today. Man, you got another one of those damn clips with Jake not knowing anything in the Bible. I'm not even sure if I'm gonna play it today, man, but this shit's a damn shame. This shit is a damn shame. But let me start with this clip.
This light, one of the greatest lies is that we need 3 meals per day. Let me tell you something that nobody talks about. So I've gone almost 10 days without a single meal and almost full years with only 1 meal a day without ever getting sick, feeling fatigued, or losing muscle tissue in the process. Now, what most people don't know is that it was during the Industrial Revolution that our schedules became rigid. That's when we moved from agricultural work to factory work. Eating 3 meals per day, breakfast before work, lunch during a break, and dinner after coming home, who was the perfect fit for a 9 to 5 workday. However, this routine is less about human biology and more about convenience that fit with industrialized life. In simpler words, it's not a necessity of the body, it's simply a cultural habit that most people have never dared to question, and a habit that we actually inherited in the 19th century as soon as we disconnected from nature and started to worship money, city living, and productivity, because the Industrial Revolution changed our eating schedules. We moved from our land into a factory. And it's not by accident that this change happened at the same time as an increase in cancer and mental health complications. Now, I'm not saying that intermittent fasting is the way for everyone, but what I'm saying is that I want you to explore for yourself, to listen to your own body, and to come up with what works for you. Because it's never a good idea to be a sheep and do what you're told, just because it's been done for a long time and everybody else is doing it blindly. One of the great...
Hey, and if you know me, I'm gonna flat out say it. If you're in this truth, you should be intermittent fasting. Meaning what? You're going through periods of time where you're not eating. Because as he just, plainly laid out, y'all, this new cultural habit of eating all around the day is something that has been mainly pushed out to the world at the rise of this Western culture in America via industrialization, right? We've gotten away from the natural way, the old way, the Eastern way, and we've taken on this new lifestyle. And like he said, most people simply don't question it. They're just sheep. Well, we might be Yahushai's sheep, but we not Esau's ignorant ass sheep. All right. So, simply put, stop stuffing your face all the damn day. It's affecting your body. It's affecting your mental health. It's literally affecting the hormones in your body, which causes, you wonder why you're feeling like this or you're feeling like that. Yeah, you might have got 8 hours of sleep, but if all you ate was candy and, Sour Patch Kids all day, no wonder why you feel like shit, right? Esau Edom knows this, which is why he pushes out these horrible habits into the world. I'll take that. Compared to, you know what? Let me just deal with that clip. Because I got some other clips. I'm gonna just pair them all together, man. You get one of my favorites, straight down, Sirach. What is that? 31. Yep, Sirach 31:19. It says, "A very little is sufficient for a man well nurtured, and he fetcheth not his wind short upon his bed." Hey, if you don't need anywhere near as much food to survive on a daily basis as you were taught growing up in Esau's school, aka full system. The food pyramid is a lie, and it will kill you if you eat according to the standard American diet. SAD, SAD, you will die painfully, diseased slowly. Verse 20, it says, "Sound sleep cometh of moderate eating. He riseth early, and his wits are with him. But the pain of watching and choler," give me 1 second, "and pangs of the belly are with an unsatiable man." So if you don't know how to curb your appetite, if you can't control your lust for always wanting to eat, you're going to have complications in your body. And one of them, as we see, is literally with your sleep. You can't even get sleep because your stomach's all fucked up. So don't be greedy like Esau. Learn some patience, learn some self-control. You'll feel good, and you might fuck around and look good too. Hey, so you have that on the physical end, right? The fact that people can't physically control themselves. Well, let's look at another aspect. You have many of our people, many of our Israelite men who they're obsessed with Esau Edom's money system. Let me show you what I mean.
But the effects of dealing with self-hatred, one of the effects, of course, is the misspending of money. And
how so though? How does that work?
Because money is misspent again to relieve pain, you see, to compensate for inferiorities, and because the individual has been reversed, which we'll have to explain at some later point. You will see a situation where almost inevitably the spending for getting over an inferiority complex involves spending the money with the person who gave it to you in the first place.
Wait a minute. There's something you have a thing about anger and resentment binding the oppressor to the oppressed.
Yes, and this is a part of the aspect of it, you see. You want to buy the approval, you want to buy, you mentioned even in the Garvey statement, you want to buy the products that restructure the image. When I talk about...
So right here, we see these silly ass niggas doing these silly ass actions with this money. But that's the master's money. All right, hey, what does it say? One of the easy go-to scriptures for the love of money is the root of all evil, which while some have coveted after have erred from the faith and pierced themselves with many sorrows. 2 Timothy 6 and 10. Right, and I'm just quoting it because I have another scripture in mind that I actually want to get. Many of our Israelite men, Negro, Latino, Native American, they're in their spirit. This is why niggas sell out, because they can't curb their appetite for money and for the riches of Esau Edom's kingdom. They're completely obsessed with getting dough, getting guala, squala, cheese, yak, chicken.
You mentioned even in the Garvey...
Whatever the fuck you want to call it, right? Niggas is so obsessed with it, man. We in the Jake community, nigga, we got like 20 different terms for money, man. Guapo, bread, what I say, cheese, dough, funds, chicken's just funny as well. I forget where the fuck I was at first time I heard a nigga call money chicken. But it's like, goddamn, Jake. And when we see this, you look at these so-called athletes, these actors or celebrities, they're completely obsessed with money, right? Hey, I was just watching, hey, Shalom if you're watching, I was watching the brother Natazakia's video out of Chicago, the elder brother, and he did a video with Floyd, and coincidentally, Floyd is here in this clip, right? Right, that's his punk ass right there. Floyd was talking about his support for Israel, the state of Israel, and basically he doesn't regret that. And it's like, well, he's doing that because he doesn't want to lose his money, and it's a damn shame. And you see many niggas have that obsession. And as a matter of fact, the obsession that our men have with making money, it leads them to be niggly bears. And even this one chick is gonna call it out. Watch this with Keisha. Keisha gonna speak a little bit of truth.
Told black men that they had to have money to holler at you. That's why they don't want to go to college. College is the long play. College is 4 years, then sometimes an additional 2 or 3, sometimes an additional 5 or 6, depending on what career field you choose. Y'all told black men they gotta have money right now. So they're not thinking about 4, 5, 6 years down the road. They want to go make money now. And regardless of what some men will say, there are a lot of men out there in the world.
So, and hey, she's Keisha, but she's telling the truth. You have many in which, going to college isn't the fix to our problem as a nation. So don't get me wrong. Understand. But many are men, they're chasing that image because they believe that that's the image that's going to bring them success in the world and women. And it's running after that dollar, you're just going to suffer and lose your life. Straight up.
That do things to impress women. Women, y'all may not recognize the power that you have, but I am willing to bet my last dollar.
So I'm gonna stop it there actually, because we're not gonna. Keisha, she had a little spotlight, but now let me get the next one. Not even what chapter is that? Is that 32? Oh, the same chapter, y'all. Look, Sirach 31:1. Watching for riches consumeth the flesh, and the care thereof driveth away sleep. That money chasing spirit, that bag chasing spirit, y'all, that's a spirit. It'll destroy you, plain and simple. It'll destroy your mind with worry, and it'll potentially destroy your flesh if you're partaking in wicked actions to obtain that money. All right, and we see the majority of our men is caught up in that. It says, watching care will not let a man slumber, as a sore disease breaketh sleep. The rich hath great labor in gathering riches together, and when he resteth, he is filled with his delicates. Right. Verse 4. The poor laboreth in his poor estate, and when he leaveth off, he is still needy. And that's the estate of most of you niggas. You trying to do all that to get that bag, and you still poor. And many of our people who sell out, give up their bodies and their talent, and give it to Edom, you get some money for a time, but the majority of you end up dead broke, with shame to your status. Whitney Houston dead off drugs in a pool, probably assassinated. Michael Jackson dead in his house. You look at Michael Vick, accused of dog fighting, all that good stuff. Hey, you niggas, you shine for a minute, then you end up back down here with all the rest of us. So was it worth it? No. All right. And you still saying, especially now, y'all, we're so close to the end, man. If you got a money chasing demon on you, man, you need to be praying to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai about that. There ain't nothing wrong with a little bit of overtime, but if you're doing so much overtime to where you're not reading, you're not studying, you're not going out to camp, and you're not doing videos, and you're not fasting, and you're not praying, what are you doing? What are you doing? Let me get the next clip. So we got those. Let me get as well. Let me get. Boy, oh boy. Okay, you know what? Okay, keep this picture in mind, right? Just keep this picture in mind. I'm gonna deal with this, right? You have an older Jake. Now I don't know if he actually put this caption here or if this is somebody memed it, but it does look like, this. It says what? I left America in 2017 for Honduras. This is my lady. Now, he may not have put that caption here, but we can clearly see, you got an older Southern Kingdom man. He got him a young Northern Kingdom woman, right? Nice and beautiful, nothing wrong with it. And straight up, y'all, if you see this picture and this image and it somehow bothers you, then you're not spiritually mature and you probably don't have a good understanding of the scriptures. Brothers and sisters, if anything with this picture bothers you other than that Edomite bitch in the background with her funny ass hair, because that should be the only thing bothering you in this photo. If anything in this picture is bothering you, then you ain't spiritually mature, and you don't understand these scriptures. You have the mindset of America all off in you and in your bloodstream. So you keep that picture in mind, right? Now come over here and let's listen to this little retarded bitch talk.
After a cycle of dating toxic men, or maybe you were the toxic one, you are going to date a really nice guy. He is going to be so good to you. That is not your man. This is the first guy that has given you the bare minimum treatment. This is the first guy who has showed you what the foundation of dating someone should look like. Kindness, thinking of the other person, opening doors for you, literally the bare minimum. And you're gonna be like, oh my God, the love of my life. This is not the love of your life. This is just a dude. I understand, because that happened to me. It's happened to a lot of my friends. It's that first healthy relationship that you get into after a cycle of toxic ones. This is your opportunity to take a step back And instead of attaching yourself to this human being because they're giving you the bare minimum, you need to understand what it is that you actually want in a relationship, in a partner. After a cycle of dating toxic men, or maybe you were the toxic one, you are going to date a really nice guy. He is going to be so...
So, y'all, they was actually tearing her up in the comments. This little chicken head bitch, hey, what's the phrase go? Single women keep women single. She just gave some horrific advice. First off, you out whoring and hoeing. You go through that cycle of dating, so you hoeing and whoring. You finally come across a man who wants to treat you right. That's not your man. You're just not used to being taken good care of. What? Isn't the objective to find a mate who treats you well, that you like, and go on to become a family? You are immediately looking past that person, that quit? Hey, and that's so which one is righteous? Which one? Now, if you follow America's standard, you'll hear what she's saying and think she's speaking some facts, some math. But you'll have a problem with this right here. Whether or not, now we don't know nothing behind this picture, right? But you probably already assumed the worst. Oh, he flew over there. He just buying bitches and fucking hoes. Hey, that old nigga. Why you leaving pure little girls alone? Man, you don't know nothing about the background of this picture. But you probably already assumed the worst. And now here it is. This could actually be dude's wife or something, for all you fucking know. You know, she might not be a prostitute. Now, you know, if she is from South America, she may be used to dealing with dudes coming over, getting money about them. But we don't know none of that. But you automatically assume the worst from this picture. But you don't have a problem with what she was saying. And she's a complete demon, y'all. If you listen to this bitch's advice, you're going to have a miserable ass life. And you come here, look, yeah, hey, social media is helping a lot of women stay single, yeah. Hey, yeah, people was actually tearing her up in the comments. It's scarce out here, mama. I'm probably just gonna coach that one up and get to building. Yeah, bro, what are you talking about, man? If you meet you a good mate, stick with your mate. Fuck is you talking about? Yeah. Hey, what the fuck do y'all be talking about? Exactly, man. This shit's a joke. So let me get this next clip. We'll bring it all together. We'll get some verses. Just showing you, you know, once again, the relationship between men and women is completely broken in America. All right, and this was done by design by yours truly, the so-called white man. Let's look at some of the energy and vibes that he pushes out.
Wife is your partner, not your wife is your partner, not your mom. Your wife is your partner, not your mom. She is not a living maid or a hired cleaning crew, so she shouldn't have to pick up after you.
This is a cucking ritual. I don't know if this guy realizes what he's doing, but this is, you go to hell for doing this.
Your wife is...
Hey, that's funny. You know, and if hell was real, this guy would be deserving of going there for saying shit like that. Your wife is not your... What do you say? Your wife is your mate, not your mom. You know, doing a remix on the birthday song, whatever. But this is the spirit of Esau Edom. This is what they do. They push out blasphemies and they put a nice little ringtone jingle jangle behind it, and people fucking fall for it, and it becomes people's life. And so now you're running around with this bugged out mindset in your fucking head, and you go on to live a horrible life because of it. And actually the scriptures say the exact opposite, nigga. Your wife is your possession, right? So I play all these clips to show you, y'all, hey, the proper order of things has been disrupted by the devil. Don't listen to the devil. Listen to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai. Listen to these scriptures. What do the scriptures say the relationship between a man and a woman is? Right? The man is in a dominant ruling position, and an older man can get a younger woman, right? What does the scripture say about that? As long as she's past the flower of her age. Absolutely nothing wrong with it, y'all. Hey, King David was old and was about to die, and they went and brought him a young, beautiful Northern Kingdom woman. So was King David I wish one of you bitch ass niggas would. If we could revive King David, who we believe to be King Masha, affectionately called Mo, right? From our elders and apostles, as they've taught us. If we could revive King David right now, I dare you to call him a pedophile to his face. All right. And watch what happens. Anyway, hey, Sirach 36:24. He that getteth a wife beginneth a possession, and a help like unto himself, and a pillar of rest. So your wife is your possession. Quite literally, y'all. Your wife is your possession. It's a manly mindset, nigga. And not every man has balls enough to handle it, think it, or even say it. Bunch of bitch, you niggas is some hoe, and many of you Israelites is hoe ass niggas. You just know you an Israelite. You still a hoe ass nigga, because many of you are fucking simp cocksuckers, bowing down to a bitch. Fuck out of here. Next point, man. Next clip, man. I can't wait till this shit over, boy. Let me get this next one right here.
20. This is me, 20 minutes being in the sun. I don't think Ashkenazis are from sunny areas. I don't know. What do y'all think? I don't know. Somebody tells me that my ancestral DNA is not from Palestine. I don't know. Something about, I don't know, maybe.
And so, he's being funny. I believe he's done some comedy skits and shit, but he's being funny. And we know, your skin complexion is not based off of where you're born, right? That's Esau's pseudoscience way of explaining things, right? Once you come to the truth, you understand that everybody was dark skinned, and that the so-called white skin that comes from, Esau is simply a form of leprosy. Nevertheless, right, that what they have is a defect. They're not the chosen people. That much is true, and that much can be said. Those people don't have any rightful claim over the land. So he was expressing that sentiment with that video, and that's true, and that's coming from them. They're not the people. All the evidence is out there. What more can be said? Man? What more can be said? They snitch on them on their own selves many a times, and that was one of those cases. Is he being anti-Sim? I wonder.
I don't think Ashkenazis are from sunny areas. I don't know. What do y'all think?
And all of humanity originates out of the East. But he's clearly showing you, right? When that sun come out, a particular kind of folk get to getting real crispy. And when you read in the scriptures, who has that name? Where does that name even come from? Where do we see it first pop up? Genesis 25 and 29. It says, and Jacob sawed pottage, and Esau came from the field, and he was faint. And Esau said to Jacob, feed me, I pray thee, with that same red pottage, for I am faint. Therefore was his name called Edom. So literally, y'all, he's one of the first people in the Bible who was given his name based off of his skin complexion. Yeah, you have Kedar, one of the sons of Ishmael, and then you have Edom, which means what? Red. Who is the red man in the earth? That doesn't fit the so-called Native Americans. That title is an improper title that they moved over to them to try to shake off, blame for themselves. Who is red? As we just saw, literally. I'm driving right now on the road. There's a red car in front of me. That boy was red. Literally, y'all. What nationality people was called red? Was given that title. What do they call themselves today? The so-called white man. Who are they known as biblically? The Edomites. Like it or not. Real simple. And Esau's still mad over the birthright and over the blessing that he forfeited right here, himself. Let me go back. I got another clip. This will end up being the last clip. I'm gonna let this woman talk. She appears to be, one of the Aborigines of, Australia, or one of the, Polynesian islands. She appears to be a Japhite. I don't believe. I'm not sure if she's an actual Negro woman, right? She appears to be a Japhite from her accent and from her physical features, but she's going to be speaking some truth nevertheless.
White people will never pay the black people back for what they done to us. Never.
What did they do to you?
They done a lot of things wrong. They killed and shot our black people there, and they took the land off them. They took our culture off them. Now they're trying to take our pride, but no ways. They got no chance of getting that. There's too many pride being broken, hated, many hearts been broken over what happened years ago in the older generation. And it's the young generation in days of today that stands up and fight for what happened to the old generation and old people. White people will never.
Hey, like I said, she appears to look, she looks like a Japhite. She has that down under accent. But what she's saying is true, right? Not all black peoples are the same. But what she's saying is true. The Edomite, the so-called white man of the world, has gone around everywhere on the earth pillaging. And he likes to target us darker skinned folk. And he's not going to ever relinquish control willingly. He's not going to release the captives willingly. We're going to have to be pulled out of his hands manually, y'all. By who? Yahweh Shai. He's going to come redeem us. This man, if you're looking for the white man to wake up and develop a conscience, you're gonna be a looking ass nigga. And that's all you're gonna be, because he's not gonna do it. You can't depend on the oppressor to give up freedom. It just don't work like that, right? A dog isn't gonna drop a cat out its mouth. A fucking lion ain't gonna let go of a sheep willingly, right? Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, the oppressor of the earth, he's not gonna do right by us. So who's gonna come do right by us? Yahweh Shai. Let's get that and we'll go. That's actually what he was prophesied to do. Let me get that out of Luke 1 and we'll end it there. Yahweh Shai was literally prophesied to come deliver us out of the hand of the enemy, y'all. This is dealing, when John was born, John the Baptist, which is Yahweh Shai's cousin, his father, was taken in a trance, right, and began to prophesy. And although this happened at John's birth, the father was prophesying of what Yahweh Shai would go on to do, because John isn't our deliverer, but we know that John was what? He laid the way for Yahweh Shai to turn the children back to the Father. So he's in double prophecy mode right here, if you will. Luke 1, I'm going to start at verse 67. It says, "And his father Zacharias was filled with the Holy Spirit and prophesied, saying, Blessed be the Lord God of Israel, for he hath visited and redeemed his people, and hath raised up an horn of salvation for us in the house of his servant David. As he spake by the mouth of his holy prophets, which have been since the world began, that we should be saved from our enemies and from the hand of all that hate us." That is how we get out of here. Not by relying on the so-called white man's better nature, because he has no better nature. If you're waiting on him to develop a better nature and a sense of humanity, you's gonna be a waiting ass nigga, like we already are. Right? Our Messiah, our deliverer, our redeemer is going to come save us out of the hand of the enemy, out of the oppressor. I'll get one more actually. Isaiah 19 and 20. "And it shall be for a sign and for a witness unto the Lord of hosts in the land of Egypt," in our final land of our captivity. Egypt representing our bondage. All right, this ain't dealing with ancient Egypt. It says, "For they shall cry unto the Lord because of the oppressors, and he shall send them a Savior and a great one, and he shall deliver them." Who is that great one that's going to come save the Israelites? Yahweh Shai. Not any policy, not any president, not any funding bill, not any reparations. The Lion of the tribe of Judah is the salvation of Israel, plain and simple. All right, I'm going to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakakwarash, the honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutations to all the elect Akim, Wa'akwa, learning and teaching in truth and sincerity. Shalom.